Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms says it has asked the federal government to adopt an exchange rate of 800 naira per dollar for customs import duty. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories. At number 1, Defense Headquarters has said that troops have neutralized no fewer than 640 terrorists, apprehended 1,051 suspects, and rescued 563 kidnapped hostages in the month of May. Director Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, disclosed this while briefing newsmen on the operations of the Nigerian military Thursday in Abuja. Buba further said that the troops apprehended some suspects, including their logistics suppliers and informants. He added that the troops also recovered 707 assorted weapons, 16,487 assorted ammunitions, comprising 411 AK-47 rifles, 234 locally fabricated guns, and 43 pump-action guns, amongst others. Other successful operations recorded by the Army troops include Operations Delta Safe in the South-South, where troops denied the stealing of 4.12 million liters of crude oil, 793,796 liters of AGO, and 4,480 liters of PMS. At number 2, the Supreme Court Thursday fixed June 13th to hear a suit filed by the federal government against the 36 state governors over alleged misconduct in the handling of local government affairs. Justice Garba Lawal fixed the date while ruling on an application for abridgment of time argued by the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, to allow time for all parties to file their processes and exchange the same. He ordered the 36 state governors of the Federation to file their respective defenses to a suit instituted against them by the federal government, seeking full autonomy for the 774 local governments in the country. Lawal, who led a 7-man panel of the Apex Court, said the decision of the court was predicated on the national urgency of the suit and the non-objection from the Attorneys General of the states of the Federation. The Apex Court also ordered the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi SAN, to file his reply within 2 days. At number 3, the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFund, says it has had over 9.5 million visits with over 60,000 applications for loans from students in federal tertiary institutions since it opened its portal last Friday. Managing Director of the fund, Akitunde Sawyer, while briefing the press at the post-application launch conference on Thursday, said over 90% of federal tertiary institutions have submitted their students' data, with about 5 institutions remaining. He also revealed that in 3 weeks, the fund will democratize the loans following the outcry from students in the state-owned tertiary institutions, thereby opening its portal for students in state institutions to apply for the loan. Sawyer urged the authorities of the state tertiary institutions to begin to submit the data of its students to ensure that the process is seamless. At number 4, the Rivers State High Court in Port Harcourt has issued an interlocutory injunction barring Speaker Martin Amaewhule and associated lawmakers from further sitting and parading themselves as members of the State House of Assembly. Justice C.N. Wali's court issued the order in response to a lawsuit filed by the lawmakers loyal to Governor Siminalayi Fubara, led by Speaker Victor Okojumbo and 2 others, Sokari Goodboy and Orebemiga Timothy. According to the court document, the lawsuit named 25 lawmakers as defendants and additionally listed the Rivers State Governor, Attorney General, and Chief Judge as defendants 26 to 28 in the legal action. Previously, on May 10th, the court had issued a similar order based on an ex parte motion prohibiting the Governor, the Attorney General, and Chief Judge from having any dealings with the lawmakers in question. At number 5, the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms says it has asked the federal government to adopt an exchange rate of 800 naira per dollar for customs import duty. Taiwo Oyedele, chairman of the committee, spoke Thursday while engaging journalists on the activities of the tax panel in Lagos. While presenting some recommendations of the committee, the tax expert expressed concerns over the import duty rate, which constantly changes due to the volatility of the foreign exchange market. The import duty rate has witnessed incessant adjustments by the Nigerian Customs Service. On May 27th, the customs adjusted the forex rate for tariffs and duties to 1,480 naira per dollar. Customs typically adopted the forex rates recommended by the Central Bank of Nigeria for import duties based on trading activities in the official forex market. At number 6, a federal high court Thursday in Benin, Edo State, adjourned hearing in a suit filed by governorship aspirant of the Labour Party, Kenneth Imaswagmo, challenging the nomination of Olumide Apata as the candidate of the party for the Edo governorship election till Friday. The hearing of the pre-election matter, slated to commence on Thursday, suffered a setback following an oral application for a short adjournment by Apata's counsel, Mr. Eniogbede, on the grounds that he has yet to be served with court processes. Counsel for the plaintiff, A.A. Malik San, opposed the application, saying that the case was ripe for hearing as they responded to the first defendant's processes and served the same on them since May 22, 2024. The presiding judge, Justice Babatunde Quadri, ordered the court file to be shown to the disputing counsel, following which the first defendant's counsel conceded that the plaintiff's processes have been served on them within the jurisdictional address. Consequently, Justice Quadri adjourned the hearing in the suit till 2 p.m. on Friday. At number 7, tragedy struck in Abia State as unknown gunmen ambushed and killed 2 Nigerian soldiers at Obikabia Junction in Ogbo Hill on Thursday. The attack occurred on Biafra Heroes Day, declared by the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, across the southeast on May 30th. Video footage is posted on social media platform X by multiple sources shows the aftermath of the deadly ambush, including a military vehicle set ablaze and gunshots heard through empty streets. The viral video reveals the tense atmosphere as residents adhere to the illegal sit-at-home order in Abia State. The soldiers were ambushed, resulting in a deadly attack on the day the Southeast is mourning the men and women who sacrificed their lives for the cause of the Biafra War in 1967 to 1970. The identities of the assailants remains unknown, and the Nigerian Army has yet to release an official statement as details continue to emerge. At number 8, Taraba State Governor Dr. Agbu Kefas says he will not pay salary arrears to ghost workers of the State University. Kefas stated this in Jalingo during an interactive session with journalists on the occasion of his administration's one-year anniversary. The governor, while reacting to the varsity lecturers' industrial threat over non-payment of arrears, claimed he'd been paying salaries to the university lecturers as at when due, promising to clear the backlog of their salaries after staff verification. Kefas also promised to build perimeter fences for the security of all schools in the state, just as he said 100,000 uniforms were ready for distribution to students as well as other kids. He warned individuals sabotaging the free education policy to desist, as investigation is currently on to unveil the saboteurs. At number 9, 14 people have been found guilty in Hong Kong's largest national security trial. The prosecution of the Hong Kong 47 pro-democracy campaigners drawing condemnation from rights groups and Western governments. In a verdict delivered on Thursday, a panel of judges handpicked by Hong Kong's government found 14 people had committed the national security offense of conspiracy to subvert state power by holding unofficial election primaries in 2020. The convicted include 1 organizer and 13 candidates, almost all of them former politicians. The 10-month trial finished in December, more than 1,000 days after the cohort had first been arrested. Among the guilty are former lawmakers and activists, including politician Helena Wong, the veteran campaigner Long-Hair Kwang Hong, the journalist Gwyneth Ho, and dual Hong Kong-Australian national Gordon Ng. At number 10, the body of Kenyan climber Joshua Cheruiyot Kirui, who died on Mount Everest last week, will remain on the mountain, his family announced. Kirui was attempting to climb Mount Everest without supplementary oxygen. He fell into a crevasse 48 meters below the 8,849th meter peak, with his Nepali guide, Nawang Sherpa, who is still missing. The family said retrieving Kirui's body from such a high altitude will be too risky for the rescue team. Climbing Everest is extremely difficult and dangerous, even for experienced climbers. Kirui aimed to be the first African to reach the summit without extra oxygen. In a statement, Kirui's family say they had made the difficult decision to let his remains stay on the mountain after careful consideration. They did not want to endanger rescuers' lives. That's it on what's happening. Thanks for listening.